So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Murray the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, 2nd half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Domata Peko, the one to get him down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I think we need to come up with a different name for this position. We keep calling it the fullback position. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback, but we know this. Whoever's coming out of that spot is usually bigger and stronger, and they may not run away from people, but they'll run through them.
Yeah, able to shed tacklers. We saw it right there. Fresh set of downs here. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 1st down, Wilson. His throw incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10 here. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that's incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is a 49-yard attempt. Right hash. And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So this hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after another, but at 3-3 now here in the fourth, it's been a pretty doggone entertaining game.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pitcher's duel in baseball, don't you think? The aficionados can appreciate a tightly fought game like this.
Yeah, but the fantasy players, not so much. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Passing, it's Dalton. Now he'll escape to his right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
He'll buy some time right toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And they're going to face a third down. Fourth quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
Time for a break. And that will be incomplete as well. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
And you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers. You know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Now's a good chunk.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Donnie Jones now, standing just outside his own goal line. Here's Thomas. And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead.
And how about that play right there? 4th quarter, tie game, both sides trying to figure out who's going to make the big play. We just saw it right there in front of us. That's a monster return.
Indeed, breaking that tie with an exclamation mark. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the former Eagle, Nate Allen. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Murray the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Oh, passing it. Dalton. And that'll be incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Dalton. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And possession will change here with very little time remaining in this contest. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. They'll look to throw. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicated. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
What a hard-fought, low-scoring game. A tough one to lose always, partner.
For the losing team, not beautiful. But for the winning team, that's almost textbook old-school football. And you know I loved it.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Join the discussion on Twitter at EA Sports_MUT. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.